Al Pacino and Joe Pesci are two of the most famous names within the crime film genre. In fact, Pacino is considered by many to be the very best actor of all time, and Pesci, with his incredible range and iconic voice, is a constant highlight of every film he's in. And given his filmography is so short, having retired in the late 1990s, his rarity makes Pesci's performances that much more special. Pacino's contribution to the crime genre boasts a stunning collection of films including the Godfather trilogy, Serpico, Dog Day Afternoon, Scarface, Carlito's Way, Donnie Brasco, and Heat, and Pesci has been electric in the likes of Goodfellas, Casino, the Lethal Weapon sequels, Once Upon a Time in America, and The Death Collector. The two have only ever been in the same film once, in Martin Scorsese's mob reunion film The Irishman, which was also the first time Pacino worked with Scorsese and a film in which Pesci had to repeatedly be asked to come out of retirement for. The two were both nominated for Academy Awards for The Irishman, and it was truly spellbinding to see them giving captivating performances so late in their respective careers, one last time after such fruitful careers, especially Pesci, who played an uncharacteristically nuanced and quiet character. And you'd think that would be the last time we'd see of him given he slipped back into retirement. And Pacino too. Sure, he'll pop up in a small movie here and there that no one will ever really watch, but really we won't be seeing him again. Not so, however, it seems, as both actors have projects lined up with some prestige attached to them. I mentioned in a previous video that Pesci has already filmed a part in a show called Bupkis with Pete Davidson, with him currently billed for a single episode. He's also part of a new movie, one called Day of the Fight. This isn't a rumour or anything, as at the time of the making of this video, the film is currently being shot, so it's definitely happening. This movie is being directed by Jack Huston, who many of you will know as Richard Harrow in Boardwalk Empire. Scorsese used him again for The Irishman in a small role, and perhaps it's on set of The Irishman where Huston met Pesci. Either way, this film has a pretty good cast, also starring Michael Pitt of Boardwalk Empire fame, Ron Perlman, and John Magaro. The movie is about a once celebrated boxer who takes a redemptive journey through his past and present on the day of his first fight since leaving prison. That's pretty much all that's currently known about the project, and it's not clear yet who is playing what part. Huston said about the project, "I am both humbled and honoured to be directing my first film with such an incredible cast and crew. It truly is a privilege to be able to bring my passion project to life, and I couldn't be more excited to share it with the world." Now, Pacino, before we get on to his new film, if you want to see more Pacino, he is going to be in season 2 of Hunters. This is a show about Nazi hunters in 70s New York, going after those who escaped justice. I saw the first episode and reviewed it on the channel a while back. It wasn't really my thing, so I didn't continue with it. I was pretty much watching it for Pacino, really. But I do know, spoiler alert here for Hunters, that he is supposed to have died at the end of the season, so I'm not quite sure how he's back in the second season, but in any case, if you want to see Pacino in something new, there it is. And he is also said to be in a new film called Knox Goes Away, another film directed by someone more known as an actor, in this case Michael Keaton, Batman himself. Keaton will also star, and this film has already finished filming. The plot is as follows. Keaton plays John Knox, a contract killer diagnosed with an aggressive form of dementia who vows to spend his final days attempting to redeem himself by saving the life of his estranged adult son. He finds himself in a race against the authorities as well as the ticking clock of his own deteriorating mind. The producers have said, "Original noir thrillers like this are a rarity nowadays, so as producers and movie lovers, we couldn't be more excited to be a part of this project. With Michael Keaton both behind and in front of the camera, combined with the rest of our gifted cast and crew, the audience is in for a real treat." So it's pretty cool, I guess, that Pacino and Pesci will both have films coming out. There's no telling of the quality of these films just yet, of course, but sometimes, at the very least, it's nice to see your favourite actors on screen. And seeing as though we've discussed Pesci and Pacino, their Irishman co-star Robert De Niro, if you're interested, looks like he'll have a busy 2023. Of course, for the past 20 years or so, it isn't uncommon for De Niro to be in about 3 or 4 movies a year, and this year is no different. The problem is, most of those films are often terrible, and a quick paycheck role for De Niro. Since The Irishman, he's been in 2 comedy movies, one where he fights a child called The War with Grandpa, and another where he plays a movie producer trying to kill his lead actor called The Comeback Trail. I've reviewed both of these on the channel, and I actually thought they were okay, especially The Comeback Trail. De Niro was a lot of fun in that. Speaking of comebacks, he was also in David O. Russell's recent film Amsterdam, which did poorly with the critics, and also an action thriller geezer teaser called Savage Salvation. I haven't seen either, so I can't comment. So Martin Scorsese's new movie, Killers of the Flower Moon, will surely be released this year, and De Niro has a small but important role in the film. It will be De Niro's first feature film with Scorsese directing and Leonardo DiCaprio co-starring. Then there's Inappropriate Behaviour and About My Father, which before we've seen any trailers or anything, at this point just come off as the kind of generic comedies you might find De Niro in these days. He's also going to have his first major recurring role in a TV series, in a new show called Nada, where a man living an unaffordable and affluent lifestyle hires a young woman to replace the recently deceased maid who took care of him for 40 years. Then there's Tin Soldiers with Jamie Foxx, an action film which looks to be in the geezer teaser mold. The other major De Niro project is called Wise Guys. I've talked about this one before. It sounds very interesting, but weird. Interesting because it's directed by Barry Levinson and follows 2 very infamous real-life gangsters, Frank Costello and Vito Genovese. Weird because apparently De Niro is playing both of those roles. But that's one to watch out for mob movie fans. It has already started filming, so it's definitely happening. And I read somewhere that it has a very sizey budget of $50 million. So there you have it, just a bit of an update to let you know what the likes of Pacino, Pesci and De Niro will be getting up to in 2023. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more updates on mob cinema and gangster movies. Before we finish, I'd just like to thank my patrons, Nicholas Curtis, Daniel P and Countess von Zarovich, and also my channel members, Michael Awatwi, Rikers, Damien Irving, the new on Goam 24, Lan Deng, Joe Grossberg and Cam Medina.